Tejas. I'm here today with Quintanilla from Texas Motor Group, and we are kind of, I guess, in Humble, technically,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
We're in Humble, Texas.
So thank you for, having us in your place so that we can talk to you a little bit about what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Actually, before I start, I just want to put this little disclaimer in because I've already asked. He's not related to Selena, y'all. Okay. So I told him he should say that he is. But.
That's correct. No relations.
I was gonna ask you to start singing a Selena song too. If you
I don't
said
know
yes.
any. I can't carry a tune. So,
so I just want to know a little bit about how you got started in this business, and then maybe a little bit about your background, what you were doing before this, and what led you up to where you are now.
Okay, so we can start with what I did before this. I was actually in the power generation business. I owned a turbine repair shop, and I started from the ground up, so greenfield it. Me and two other partners. We started in 2000 and ended up selling it in 2010. But we started with a little capital, or whatever we had in the bank, which was a couple $100,000 a piece, and grew this company. We grew it to be the biggest independent turbine repair shop in the United States.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we had 160 employees and had a good run for 10 years. So.
Wow. Yeah. And then how did you get into the car
business?
So
I've always had old cars. My passion is cars, and I love cars. I have a bunch of cars. I got 6 cars at the house.
Oh wow!
And I go, I do car shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So 2019, I met Tim Harmon, which is my business partner, in 2019, and we through a mutual friend, and we just hit it off and said, hey, he had this business here, but he only had 4 or 5 cars. And he said, hey, so I asked him, I said, well, what's your immediate needs? And he said, well, I'd like to do, I like to grow the business and do in-house financing. So that's where I came in. And I said, all right, well, that sounds good. And so from 19 to here, we're up to around, we sell about 45 to 50 cars a month now. So.
Yeah. So do you have a background in business, a formal education background?
No, actually not. I actually, went self-taught, and I went to Kingwood Middle School. Oh, actually, I grew up in Kingwood. So I went elementary, middle school, and high school there, and graduated high school there, and started. I worked when my previous job was the business I had was a turbine repair shop, like I said. But I worked at a turbine repair shop for 16 years, and then that one got sold out to General Electric, and then I started mine.
Yeah.
And then I grew that for 10 years, and then I took a 10-year break.
Okay.
Just, I traveled. I bought a RV.
Oh. Do you still have your RV?
I do. I did the United States this way, and then I did the United States this way.
Oh, wow.
I said, okay, well, now I need to go back to work. I got bored, so now here I am.
Yeah. So how long have y'all been open here?
Here we've been open since 19.
Okay.
February of 19.
So pretty new.
Yeah, we're pretty new.
Yeah.
My business partner, he was in the business for 10 years. He had a business off a telephone road over by the Hobby Airport.
Yes. Okay. And so, do y'all still have that location over there?
No, we do not.
Okay, so just this one.
Just this one.
And then, I know obviously, because of the pandemic, there's a shortage on cars. Cars are, especially used cars, are in high demand right now.
Correct.
Not easy to find. So, how do you feel like that's affected you and your business?
Well, actually, the pandemic didn't affect us at all. I mean, there were still people out buying vehicles, and early on when it first started, we shut down for about 2 weeks, and then Tim and I had a meeting and said, hey, we got to do something different because we got to remain open. So what we did was we started doing appointments only.
Yeah.
So people would see our cars online and because we advertise in different ads, and Car Gurus and Cash for Cars and stuff like that all over. So people would call in, and we would put on there by appointment only. So they would call in, and we'd make sure everything was sanitized and everything. They'd come in for a while, but we actually never really
lost business.
Yeah, lost business or skipped a beat. I mean,
Yeah,
we kept going, so.
that's really good. And I feel like probably people kind of value that appointment only thing too, because you get like a more like personalized experience, and you know, you're getting that one-on-one time that you might not have done or gotten if you went somewhere else and didn't have an appointment.
Correct. So being a small company that we are, we can easily switch gears and, you know, tailor to whatever's changing or as the changes go on and everything. So, you know, we said, hey, let's just do appointment only, and we started doing that. Once the pandemic started lifting a little bit, then we just, you know, started let, you know, business as usual, people coming in and out.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. And so do you like specialize in certain cars? Like looking out at the lot, you see like a bunch of different, like a variety of things, luxury, trucks, you know.
Right. So our specialty, well, is used cars, and Tim and I have a really good eye for I call them sexy cars. So when I get out there, you know, we go to different auctions in San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, wherever, and I do it by visual. I mean, I look at a car, and if it's sexy, if it's appealing to me, I'll purchase it.
Yeah.
That's how we do it right now.
Yeah. So, like, kind of going back to what you were saying about having 6 cars yourself, like, I feel like you should just get a 7th car so that you can have one for every day. Like, or do you like?
Well, that's what I was thinking, and I just haven't found that 7th car.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That is a good point.
Yeah. So, what would you say is like the most, like the coolest car that you've gotten, you know, since you've been here?
Well, since I've been here, I have purchased a 27 Dodge, which is not on the field. That's one I actually went out and saw it at an auction, bought it, and I talked to my mentor. I said, you know what, this is way too nice. I'm keeping this one. So that made number 6.
Yeah.
It's a 27 Dodge. It's actually won in the Texas Autorama. It won first place. So it's,
wow.
It's a gorgeous car.
So do you win like money or like a trophy
no,
or bragging
just
rights?
A trophy, yeah,
Okay.
bragging rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no money involved.
Darn.
Yeah.
It can't help buy your next car.
No, it does not.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So what would you say is like a car that your customers are like coming in and like it's in a high demand?
The high demand here in our dealership is obviously the trucks. Being in Texas, the trucks they sell the most. So, and our most popular one is the Ford F-150.
Yeah.
Ford F-150, we sell those.
Yeah.
I can't keep them on the dealer.
Yeah.
On the lot. So.
My dad's a Ford guy. And so what if you get like a customer and they're like dead set on having a certain thing, like for instance, if I was like, I really want a 2017 Tacoma. I don't even know if they made Tacomas back then because I think they like, yeah. So then like, I'm like, I want this and I want it gray. Like,
so another part of our business is we do special orders.
Okay.
So, you know, customers would come in and say, hey, are you looking, or what are you looking for? So I want a, you know, like you said, Toyota Tacoma with this color interior and this color. And then we can go out and find them.
Yeah.
So the auctions that we go to are full disclosure auctions. So I don't go to the ones that are, you know, that have been wrecked.
Right.
Full disclosure auctions. And one of the companies that we go to, the company is called Mannheim. And Mannheim has an auction house in every state. So if you don't find it in Texas, I can find it in another state. And then all we just got to do is, you know, get a carrier to bring it back.
Yeah.
And we've done that quite a few times. So.
Yeah.
Special orders.
Has anybody ever like come to you with like, you know, maybe they have a price point or something and you're like, yeah, like that's like just not going to happen?
So yes, we get a lot of that as a matter of fact. So, you know, we're on the weekends, you know, we'll usually put the nicer cars out front and, you know, people pull in and say, well, I got to have it. And,
yeah.
You know, once they sit down and they start doing their numbers, they actually haven't done any math, I guess, if you want to call it. And then we sit down, we go over it, we say, well, yeah, that's nice, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to walk away disappointed, so I do have other vehicles on the lot that I can.
Yeah. You're like, this might not be in your price point, but I have something really sexy for you.
Exactly.
Let me show you.
There you go. You need a job? I like it. I like what you think.
Hey, maybe like my little side hustle.
There you go. There you go.
Like, how much do y'all pay though? No, I'm just
As a matter of fact, these are right.
yeah. I did used to be in sales.
There you go.
So like, I guess, you know, listening to you talk about like, especially getting like a special order or something,
Right.
it seems like that would be really beneficial for somebody that's like very busy, that's not able to put in the legwork themselves, right?
Correct.
So they come to y'all and y'all are like, don't even worry about it, we're gonna do it for you.
Correct.
And of course it comes with probably a higher price than them doing it on their own, but it's
Well,
worth it, right?
It's still, I can, being a dealer that we are, we get the cars cheaper than you can get them out on the street. So
Okay.
yes, as they special order, and I'll show them up front, hey, and it's actually the formula that we have. If it's over $20,000, I charge $1,000 to find it for them, and then I
Okay.
handle all the paperwork.
Yeah.
If it's over 30,000, it goes up to 1,500, and then if it's over past 30, it's, so we had actually a gentleman come in from Austin, and he wanted a certain Mercedes, a certain color, a certain everything. It was right at about $80,000.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I charged him $2,000 flat fee.
Yeah. Okay. And so, like, let's talk about, you know, joining forces. Obviously, you have a business partner. Like, and, you know, how did you get connected with your business partner? And then also, like, how do you get connected with customers? Like, you're saying people are coming from Austin. How are they finding you?
Okay, so most of that, we'll start with the how people find us. You know, we advertise in various magazines and car sites that are on the internet.
Mhm,
So most of our sales, probably 85% of our sales is internet.
Okay.
It's so easy now. You just put, you know, if you're looking for a Ford F-150 King Ranch, let's just say, a special truck, you can put it in your computer, and now it just shows up who's selling those cars. And then, you know, if we're on the list, you know, they'll call us and stuff like that. So, the gentleman that came from Austin, he that was just a friend of a friend, you know,
Okay.
just, you know, said, hey, I know this guy that, you know, has cars, and
Yeah.
you know, and being here in Texas, you know, most everybody has 2 or 3 cars in their driveway.
Yeah. Not me, but I mean, I'm working on it.
There you go. But yeah, so, you know, everybody's got to have a car, everybody's got to be driving, so.
Yeah, for sure. And so I guess like customers too probably connect you, like when they have a great experience, like
Exactly.
they're like, hey, I had a great
And
experience
that's
here.
one of our biggest push, you know, to have a squeaky clean, you know, good experience here. And my biggest thing is to get them in here and get them out. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to have them spend all day here, you know, like most dealerships are doing. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys bought cars before. You go into a dealership and you're going to be there 4 or 5 hours.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I
It
hate
is.
that.
It's terrible.
Yes.
I get hangry. Like I was like,
Oh yeah.
I need like a dinner break, y'all.
So, and you know, I hate to say it, but dealerships do that just to wear you down.
Oh, I believe
It's
it.
just a wear down thing.
Yes.
I don't do that. If the guy comes in looking for a vehicle and all his stuff is correct, and you know we ask for the information, you know, that we ask for financing, and if everything's good, it shouldn't take more than about an hour.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sold. When I need another car, I will be coming here.
There you go.
For my second car for my driveway.
And again, I specialize in used cars, but I can also get new cars. It doesn't, you know, some of the auctions have, you know, anywhere from 500 miles on them up to, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in any kind of car.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're looking for, you know, the luxury sports car, like say a Lamborghini or whatever, we can get those too.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They're out
Okay.
there. They're out there.
It's good to know, everybody. We're going to make sure we drop their information so you can find them.
There you go.
And then how did you get connected with your business partner?
Okay, so the mutual friend that we had used to work for me at the previous company that I used to own.
Okay.
So, and he knew Ken. They were childhood friends.
Yeah.
And he knew I had cars and all that. He
Yeah.
said, hey, you need to get with Ken. You need to get with Ken.
Yeah.
And what's funny is he called him Timothy.
Yeah.
So I had already imagined Timothy in my brain when he would tell me this, right? I was thinking of this big guy with overalls, straw hat, and saying, hey, you know, buy your car here, you know. And I was like, nah, I really don't. So I put it off for months and months and months. And finally he just said, hey, what are you doing today? He called me up one day and I said, what are you doing today? I said, nothing. He goes, you want to go to an auction? I said, you know what? I'm not doing anything. Yeah, let's go to an auction. He goes, Timothy's coming. And you guys haven't seen Timothy, but he is a good looking little Asian guy. Asian. He's Asian. His mom's Asian and his dad is Irish. So I mean, but he's a good looking. I mean, nothing like what I imagined. You know, he gets out of the car. He's a little guy, and I'm like, "Oh, you're Tim?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm Tim." I'm like, "Oh wow, okay." And I told him what I had thought. But,
that's funny.
Yeah.
I wonder what Tim imagined you to look like.
I don't know. He says he's always on the go. That guy just never stops. He's just one of them guys that just go.
So it was a good connection, obviously. Like...
we hit it off, and we came in, and I looked at some of the numbers in the on his computer, and I said, you know what? I said, I don't know too much about this business, but I'm something that I really want to get into.
Yeah. So
I actually came here every day for the next 3 months. It was 3 months almost to the day. I mean, I just came in every day.
Like to shadow,
just to shadow. And I wanted to see what it was like, and just to learn. We'd go to auctions together. We'd spend the whole day together.
Yeah.
And see if it was gonna be a match. If him and I could get along and all.
Yeah.
And he kept saying, well, what do you think? After the first month, I said, I don't know. Let me give it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't want to get paid or anything? I said, well, no. I said, what are you going to pay me,
Yeah.
So we just went like that for 3 months, and he couldn't believe that I would come in every day.
Yeah.
Finally, after the second month, I go, hey, I would wait for him outside the gate because I'd get here a little early, and I go, just give me a key. He's like, okay, I guess I can trust you. I said, what am I going to take, your computer or something? I mean, come on, really, we're going to be partners. So, he ended up getting me a key, and I said, all right, this is something I want to do, so.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think that's a good thing. Like, if somebody can afford to do that, is like shadow. Right. It's really good to do that before like making your commitment, because I feel like that's a pretty big step to go into business with someone, especially someone that you might not have known for a long time.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, because I didn't know him at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I met him and kind of hit it off good.
And so. Like, not knowing him at all, do you think that would be more beneficial to be a business partner with somebody that you don't have like a big like background with versus a really...
Well, obviously one of the biggest thing is, their track record. What did they do before that? Did they, did they run a successful business? Were they, so him and his brother were in business together, and they did it for 10 years.
Yeah.
10 or 12 years. And off by the hobby airport, like I said, but it was just, and they were doing very well. And then, it got to the point where they just split up. He started on his own, and then that's when I met him.
Yeah. I think that's great too, like to have a friend that like knows your strengths and knows his other friend's strengths, and like, correct, y'all need to meet each other.
Exactly.
I feel like I do that a lot too.
Yeah, he kept pushing it and pushing it. I'm like, nah, I don't want to meet this Timothy guy. I already don't want to meet this Timothy guy.
It's almost like dating too.
It was.
Like, what if I don't like them? Like, obviously he didn't look anything like we thought.
Right.
But it worked out in the end. So.
But it was funny because it looked like, just from day one, we just hit it off. I came in, and, we talked a little bit. I said, hey, do you mind if I look at some of your numbers or what you're doing? And he said, yeah, no problem. He spun it around and showed me on the computer. I'm like, wow. Yeah. Okay. And then I said, all right. So, and then that's when I said, hey, let me shadow you for a little while. And I didn't know how long. It ended up being 3 months. So.
Yeah, you're recording him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I want to know a little bit about, your attitude and how you not keep a good attitude, but how do you have a connection that's successful with a partner, and like maybe y'all have obviously like different strengths and different personalities. So how do you keep like a good attitude with a partner
we've been
like that?
February of 19th was when I get here, and I can actually say we've never even had an argument.
Yeah.
I'm more of let's just get it done. Let's go to the next step. Hey, I don't want to dwell too long on one certain deal.
Yeah.
Hey, he's more of a penny pincher, or I'm not. I say, hey, if a car comes in and needs something, I go, get it fixed. And he's like, whoa, wait a minute, don't get it fixed. Let's get 3 quotes. And I'm like, I don't have time for that, you know. But we, you know, we work off of one another. You know,
Yeah.
And he pulls me back sometimes where I just want to run.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, we need 10 cars. You know, we've been to auctions where I bought 15 cars in one day. You know.
Yeah. That sounds like fun.
It is. No, it's very, very fast paced. So what happens is there's 500 dealers there, and if you go to the big Manheim auction like here in Houston, there's 3,000 to 3,500 cars that are going through there, and they'll go through there in about 2 hours.
Oh wow.
So they're not longer on the block more than 20 seconds.
What?
Yeah, you better be ready. If you want that car, you better.
So like, do you have a paddle or?
So what we have is, no, we just have our hand, or we give them a signal. And once the auctioneers, so there might be 15 lanes going at one time, anywhere from 12 to 15 lanes going at one time. But as the cars are driving in, obviously you already have your cars picked out.
Mm-hmm.
If you get there early enough, you go out there and you kind of look at them and
Okay.
stuff. And then we have these little programmers that we stick in there, and the cars that I like, and if I see that it might have an issue or whatever, and I plug it up.
Okay.
Now, there's also drivers that are in the cars that are bringing them through the block.
Yeah.
Now that we've been in the business, they get to know us. They'll look at us and say, "Hey, it's not very good," or they'll look at us and go,
Yeah.
this is the car's nice."
Okay.
We'll walk up and I'll say, "Okay, yeah." Then you go in there a bit. I have an app on our phones where you scan the VIN number, and it tells you the history of the car.
Yeah.
And then it usually gives you a NADA, which is a price break, a national average.
Okay. Yeah.
So where the prices are on that particular car. So
Yeah.
that's how we know how to bid.
Okay.
So and usually we try to get them under that or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh man, I would love to see that like in person. It sounds like a little bit stressful for me.
Oh no, it is very, very fast paced, and you're bidding against, and what's funny is you go in there before the auction, all the auctioneer or the dealers are all nice, super nice.
Yeah.
As soon as that thing goes down, everybody's like,
Yeah.
because you're bidding against that
Yeah,
guy, and he's
yeah.
like, hey, no, I want it. And it's just back and forth, Early on, you can get caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
Because, if you're like, well, no, he's not going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Right.
And you
Yeah.
can buy a car that's overpriced.
Yeah.
And I have done that before just because I was not going to let that guy get it.
Yeah. You're like,
So, and Tim would go, he goes, well, how'd you do? Because if you have 15 lanes going, you might see, in those 2 hours, we'll just see, hey, where you at? Oh, I'm on number 4 or I'm on number 5, cars, And at the end, when all the chips have fallen, we sit down and, go have lunch or whatever, and we go, well, I got this one, but I think I said a little too much.
Yeah.
Only because so-and-so was
Yeah.
out there, not so was I,
Yeah.
But it's fun. No, I mean, it's fast-paced, fun. I love it.
Yeah. How many women would you say are dealers going to these auctions?
You're starting to see that more and more. Early on, I didn't see that many, or maybe I didn't pay that much attention, but you are starting to see more and more dealers. Now, when you go there, they're not only dealers, there are people who are buyers.
Okay.
So I do see more women that are buyers.
Yeah.
They'll come out and you can see they're pretty thorough. They'll have their list going, and they got, hey, this car. So before the auctions, like right now, you can get online and see what's going to be coming up for the Monday auction.
Yeah.
And you can kind of already pick out, hey, I'm
like pre-shop, like.
It's like a pre-shop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, but there is it is starting to be more and more women, which if I had to say right now, it's probably maybe 10% women.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what would you say is like the secret to getting a really good deal at an auction?
Catching the dealers asleep. And I've done that many times. I like the early cars. They're going there, they haven't had their coffee yet or whatever. I don't know if they're like, they're thinking about it or whatever. I like early cars.
Yeah.
Because you can get in there and grab a good deal and.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim and I have a little contest going like, I think I got 2 cars that are at least 400.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
We just joke one another, and then we wait till they sell and see how we did.
Yeah. That's cool. So like you sound like you're a very competitive person.
We are, yeah, and you have to be.
Yeah.
And you have to be, yes.
So we're gonna move on to our second part of the interview, and
Okay.
basically it is trivia. So
Okay.
I hope you're good at trivia.
Well,
You're very
we'll try.
competitive, so I think you'll be fine. But it's called
All
the
right.
Texas Trio. So you're gonna choose 3 horseshoes out of the hat, read them out loud, answer the question. So you can pick your first one.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so do you know the Texas two-step? And then show us. Of course, yeah, I do know the Texas two-step.
I don't know if you could show us.
I don't know if I can show you because I'm
Tight
pretty
quarters.
small, but you guys are gonna have to trust me on that. I don't have my boots on, but I do have quite a few pair of boots. So
I
yes,
believe
I
it.
can
If you have 6 cars, I know that you have to have like
Yeah.
probably 6 pair of boots too,
I do.
at least.
rope. No, that's something I've never done. So I can't say that I have. I've never. I've rode horses before, but I've never did the actual roping part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a little difficult.
Yeah.
Just another talent you gotta have.
Exactly.
I don't have that talent. Texas produces 2 things more than.
Texas produces 2 things more than any state.
Oh,
What
the
are
names-
they?
What are they? Well, being in the car business, I'm gonna have to say truck for sure. I mean, actually, we don't produce them because they're in another state. So
Mhm.
they just produce
We
them.
buy them.
We buy them from other states.
Yeah.
So what do they produce? The Texans.
I know you have to know at least the top one.
So I guess you have a couple already. Well, in the same, going along with the same other questions, it'd have to be a hat for sure. Texas is known for its 10-gallon hat or 10-gallon hat. And then the other one would have to be.
Do you need to phone a friend?
Yeah, I need a call out.
All right, let me help you out.
Okay.
Oil
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah. Once
and cotton, right?
Really?
Mhm.
So, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hats, like, that's a good one, actually.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Hats and boots,
yeah,
maybe.
If you go into other states and the first thing they ask you, hey, do you have horses?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not as much anymore, but, early on when I used
Yeah.
to travel, they go, hey, do you have horses?
No.
Oh, yeah, we got a couple horses in the backyard.
Yeah,
and,
I ride one to work every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what are you thinking,
That's funny.
Or they'd ask you questions of, remember the movie Dallas? I'm dating myself now, but yeah, the movie, or the sitcom Dallas,
Yeah,
or whatever it was, yeah.
Well, Al, thank you so much for
Absolutely.
taking some time to let us know more about your business and offering me a job. I'll have to talk to Jenny about it.
Yeah.
She's probably gonna be like, no. And we're gonna make sure that we let everybody know how they can find you so
Awesome.
that they can buy their next car from you.
Absolutely. I appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for coming out. And,
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
buy
Al.
your car here at Texas Capital Motor Group.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
What's up, Tejas? It's National Waffle Day, and so we're here eating waffles. The waffles aren't as big as the plate, like literally. Okay, I had to split mine. So we're here eating our waffles, or we're about to. I can't eat a whole waffle by myself. There's no way, because I have my other breakfast too, y'all. So I want to know, like, what do you like on your waffles? I know that you can get them really fancy. Where we're at, they like offered us like berries and pecans. We got the classic. I'm a classic type of girl. So, let us know in the comments what's your favorite kind of topping to put on your waffle. Oh my gosh, y'all! I am so full from eating my half waffle that was half the size of my plate because I also had other food. Y'all. I was very hungry this morning. So anyway, it's National Waffle Day, and we want to make sure that you let us know what are your favorite waffle toppings, and also where's like your favorite place to get waffles. So yeah, happy National Inter Waffle Day. Happy National Waffle Day.
Gosh.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Till next time, that's all, y'all.